Now when the test is executed, here we have written this resolution test, which was opening the browser and performing the action. Now we want to take the screenshot of this particular action which we are performing. We have already added the values in our Excel sheet, but with that I want to also take the screenshot of the execution which we are doing. For that we have to add one more library, which is Commons IO library. So again in my Maven project, I will go to this pom.xml file here, and like I have added the libraries for Selenium and POI, I will add one more dependency, for which again I will go to this website mvnrepository.com, and this is a dependency for taking screenshot. So I will add Commons IO. So you have to search Commons IO, which is a library provided by the Apache. Here you will find org.apache.commons, second one, this one, org.apache.commons. Click on Commons IO, click on the version, copy the XML code and add it in your pom.xml file within the dependencies and save. This is the first step you have to do. After adding this particular dependency, we will be making one, what is that? Just a second. TRIVER driver manager. Just a second, why it is giving me the error? Okay, let us see. So we have to add this dependency. After adding this particular dependency, let us, it is giving the error in this driver manager. I don't know why it is giving the error. Cannot be resolved. So let us clean this project and check it. After just adding the dependency, what we have to again, like we have created this package, score package, test cases package, SRC and Excel package. We'll create one more package, new package, say screenshot, where I will be storing my screenshot. So I will create a package, screen SRC SOH short screenshot. Here I will store my screenshots. Okay. For that, but before that, let us resolve this problem. Why it is giving me the error? This error why it is giving. Let us try to resolve it first. डायरेक्ट दे रहा है ड्राइवर मैनेजर में। इंपोर्ट तो कर रखा हमने। अच्छा ये सब में एरर दे रहा है। जस्ट अच्छा जावा एस सिस्टम मैनेजर। ठीक है वो आई थिंक सम प्रॉब्लम विद द जावा setup in the project, so it was not able to recognize this package. So I have again re-added Java. So I think I have to add with all the projects wherever it is taking JDK 18, I think 1.8. I have to change it, no problem. We'll continue with our example. So here it was giving the error in driver manager import. Package was there, but I don't know why it was giving the error. So again we have added the SQL library, and now this is working. Driver manager. Okay, it is coming from java.sql.driver manager. Okay. Now, again, I want to take the screenshot. So I have added the dependency, and after adding the dependency, I will create one more method, reusable, because taking the screenshot is again a reusable action. I have to do it again and again. For that, I will create one method, public void take screen shot. Say I have created this, like we have created open workbook connection, close workbook connection. So similarly I have taken this method, created this method, take a screenshot, and again where to say name of the screenshot. Okay, now to take the screenshot I have one predefined method available with me, which is coming from Selenium. So I will take it from here. Okay, takes a screenshot is an interface coming from Selenium. Takes a screenshot, and we are converting WebDriver interface to the takes a screenshot interface. The method is get a screenshot as. This is the method of takes a screenshot. Okay, which will take the screenshot in the format of file, and it will store this file in a temporary location of our system. Okay, so now what this line do? This will take the screenshot and store it in our temporary location. But what we want a screenshot to be located at my location here. Here I want to locate SRC shot. So what we have done, we have taken a path, a screenshot path, that is system.getProperty will take the project location, then inside SRC test Java and SRC short. This is the package we have created, SRC short. Yeah. SRC test Java, SRC short here. SRC test Java, SRC short, and then file name here. Whatever the file name you are giving, whatever the file name. Extension can be image extension, can be JPG, BMP, PNG, any extension you want. Okay. This is the path, screenshot path. Now what I want this file from the temporary location to copy this file from temporary location to this location. For that, I have a class file utils which is coming from commons IO package, which I have added, Apache commons IO, which I have added in our pom.xml file, and the method is copy file, which will copy the file from this location to this location. So basically this is a standard code. This is a standard code where there is an interface by the name of take screenshot. The method is get a screenshot, which will take the screenshot in the format of file and store it in a temporary location. From temporary location, I want to store it in my project location. So we have taken the path of my project location, and then the method copy file is coming from this class file utils, which is coming from IO package, which we have added in our commons IO in our pom.xml file, which will copy the file from this location to this location. That's it. Now we have added this method. Now we'll come back to our program. And here I want to take the screenshot after the browser is open. Same program which we have done in our last class. So we are adding it in that particular method, that is open the browser with a different dimension, and then I want to take the screenshot. For taking the screenshot, sorry, I will inherit this method, and give the name of the site like IMG. So it will create the image by the name of IMG. But this program is running opening browser 3 times. When it is opening the browser for the first time, it will create the image by the name of IMG. Again, when will open the browser again in while loop, again it will open the browser. So again it will create a image by the name of IMG, and first image will be overwritten. So it will overwrite the first image. But I want different names for 3 images. So what I can do, I can add some like resolution with this name, so that image 3 images are coming by 3 different names. So now we have added img dash resolution. So whatever the resolution, it will add, and I will get 3 images. It will not do overwrite. So let us run it and check it. I will close the browser also, so that browser is also automatically closed. Otherwise, I have to do it manually. So I will write close browser. Okay. So we run it again to check. Okay. Let us check. We have to refresh this screenshot, and here you see, after refresh, I am getting 3 images, 1, 2, 3. And if I want to open it, then right click, go to the properties, go to the resource. You are in a location, and inside this location you can check 3 images are taken. So what is the process? Again, I'm explaining. The process number 1 is to add the dependency in pom.xml file here. Okay. Commons IO. Then create a package where you want to save the screenshots. And after that, created one method, this method, which will take the screenshot and copy that particular screenshot in my location. Now, next thing which I will be telling is to create a logs. What is a log? First of all, log is a .log file, log file, and .log file timestamp the execution, when the date and time when you are running this particular program. It will record the date and time, and along with date and time, it will also record the steps which you have followed in your program. Here, steps which you have followed in your program, what all things you are doing. So using that log, we can check which steps are being executed, which are not executed when I have executed this particular program, date and time. Okay, that is a log. Now how to generate a log? Again, for generating a log, we have to add a dependency, because Selenium does not provide me dependencies for screenshot, for report, for log, for Excel connectivity. That's why we have created the Maven project, so that we can easily add our dependencies over here. So again, go to the mvnrepository.com and search for log4j like this, and search. Okay, so you will get log4j library, this one, second one. Apache Log4j. Go for this. Apache Log4j. Click on this Apache Log4j. Second one. Go for the version. Again copy it and go to your pom.xml file and add it in the dependencies like this and save. The dependency will be added. That is the first thing we have to do. Then second thing is again to create a package where logs will be generated. So again I will go to this src test java, right click, new package by the name of say logs like this. Finish. So like we have created Excel where Excel will be kept. We have created a screenshot where a screenshot is storing. Similarly, we have created the package by the name of logs where we will be keeping our logs. Okay. Now, next step is to create one properties file over here in src test resources. In src test resources, right click on this src test resources. Go to new, go to file and create a file by any name, say responsive. Extension must be properties like this. Any name, but the extension should be dot properties. Finish. For every test, there will be different logs generated. For every test, like if I am executing Facebook test, I have to generate different log. If I want to execute an resolution test, I have to generate the different log. For every test, there should be corresponding properties file. Say again, I will right click on this and properties file location will be inside src test resources. So again, I will right click on src test resources, new file, any name, say Facebook, and the extension must be dot properties. Any name, extension, properties, and the location will be inside src test resources. Now this file is blank files. What we have to do? We have to write some standard 4-5 line code in this properties file, which I have copied from my previous project. Like here, we have created this properties file which is blank, empty. So what I will do? I will just copy this standard code. And here what I have to do? I have to make some changes. Like here, the first line, no need to write for this. You can remove this thing. First line is the name of the file. Here the name of the file is responsive. So what I will write? I will write RESPONSIVE responsive. So you have to write the name of the file. Whatever the name of the file is responsive. So I will write responsive. And the name of the object. Say name of the object I am giving is test1. Whatever name you are giving over here, everywhere it should be same name. Test1, 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 test1. Okay. Do not make any changes over here. 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 कुछ change नहीं करना. Nothing to change. Only you have to give the name of the file and the object name. Now here one thing is commented. This is commented. Hash is the comment. Hash is called comment. Okay. So now here I have given the path where to generate the log file. You see, I have given the hard coded path. This is the path where I want my log file to be generated. But the problem is that this is again a hard coded. This path is of my system, not on your system. If I uncomment it, what will do? If I uncomment it, then I have to give the location of these logs here. The location of this logs, where to generate the log file. This is the location. This is the location where I have to generate the log. But again I say this is a hard coded because this location is on my machine. On your machine it will be different. So again you have to change this location according to your machine. अपनी machine के हिसाब से change करना होगा. So to make our project generalized, ताकि we can use it anywhere, so I am commenting it. I am not using it. Hash. Hash means comment. So what you have to do, you have to just write these lines. Again I will copy these lines. Control C. I will go to this Facebook properties and paste it and change the name of this file. The file name is Facebook. So I will write Facebook like this. And now I have already created one object by the name of test1. So I have to change the name of the object over here, say to test2. So name cannot be same. Name has to be changed. If here the object name is test1, here has to be test2. If I am creating one more file, then the name of the object will be test3 and so on. So you cannot create the same object name. That is also very important to understand. Okay. So you have to change the name of the file, that is Facebook, and you have to change the object name. Everywhere. That's it. So two things you have to do, or you have to just copy and paste this thing, change the name of the file as per your file name and the object. That's all you have to do. So what we have done, we have added the dependency of log4j in our pm.xml file. We have created one package by the name of logs, and inside src test resources we have created these properties file, and these properties file I have already explained what to do inside it. Now coming back to this page.java, in page.java again I will create reusable method. All these are called utilities, and it is called page object model, POM, page object model. That is all the utilities which page is using. So we can write it one time in page.java so that we can inherit and use it again and again. That model is called page object model. And these are the utilities: utility to open the browser, utility to close the browser, utility to take the screenshot, utility to generate the log, utility to connect to the Excel. All these are the utilities which we can use in our page. Okay. Now I will create one global variable, public logger log is equals to null. Again it is a logger class coming from Apache log4j. Apache log4j. Control Shift O. Then again we will create, like we have created driver manager class, connection log. I will create one more method, public void generate log, like this. And generate log again, same thing, name, log name. First of all, you have to give the name of the log, and second thing, you have to give the one more object. Object, what is the meaning of this object? The object meaning is this one, test2, or here test1. So we have to pass two things, that is name, this name, this name, and second thing is this object, this object. Okay, so we have taken two inputs, log name and object. Now, and again say throws exception. Okay. Now I want to read this properties file. To read this properties file, there is a class properties p is equals to new. All these codes you have to learn basically. Understanding is different thing, but if you have to write it, then you have to learn it, because and if you write 3-4 times, you will learn it. Because in a organization, ultimately you have to write a program. To write a program, you have to know these methods, like this method takes a screenshot. I know, but if I'm not writing it by my own hand, I'm copy and pasting it, then you will not be able to learn it. Basically, this is the code you have to learn only. That is the code to take the screenshot. Similarly, properties is a class coming from util package java.util, and then I'm using one file input stream. File input stream is equals to new file input stream. I want to read this file, this file, this file I want to read. Okay, so from where to read? System dot get property user dot dir, src, then test, and then resources here. So I'm reading the file, resources, and the log name, whatever the log name is, properties, like this. Okay, क्या प्रॉब्लम है इसके अंदर? Okay, file input stream is coming from java.io package. We have to import it. So what is this file input stream is doing? File input stream is reading the file from this location, src test resources, and the name of the file dot properties, dot properties, and we will add this file in properties. p p dot load file input stream will load this file. Now after this file is loaded, after this file is loaded, we have to add this path, where to add this, which जो हमने comment कर रखा है. Here we have commented it. So we have to add where to store the log file. For that, after this load, I will write p dot put p dot put, and in p dot put we will add this keyword, this one, control C, log4j dot appender dot object dot file. Now object dest1, here it is dest1, here it is dest2, maybe some other file it is dest3. So for that, I will remove this dest1 double quotes plus obj, whatever the obj is. So it is key log4j dot appender dot whatever the object is dot file, here see, dot file, and the value is equal to value. So in value, again I will write where to make the log file, system dot get property user.dir src test java, here src test java logs, where we want to create it, logs, and the name, extension is dot log. So what it will do, in this properties file only, in this properties file only, it will add this value where to store the file. If I uncomment it, I can also physically add this location, but it will be hard coded. Hence, I have commented it and added it from here. From here, properties, in new properties, file input stream will read the properties file, load it, and then after loading, we are adding the value where to make a log file. And last thing is property configurator, again is coming from Apache log4j, which will configure this properties file. Or otherwise, you can just write 3-4 times and you can learn this code. Understanding is also important, because if some person asks to explain what is the code, so you can explain, sir, file utilities is the class coming from IO library, copy file is a method name which will copy the file from temporary location to this location, and this is the takes a screenshot is a method, sorry, interface which is typecasted, and get a screenshot is a method which store the image in a temporary location. That is the explanation. But if you know the thing but you do not know the syntax, there is no point. So for knowing the syntax, you have to learn it. Basically, you have to write it 3-4 times. Now last thing, we have created this logger object here, log. So we'll initialize it. Log is equals to logger dot get logger log. So logger is a class, get logger is a method which will take this and it will which will get the logger by log name. So it means whatever the name I have given over here, same name I have given over here, same name. So what it will do? It will get the log name. So whatever name I will pass over here, it will identify and call this particular properties file by the log name and initialize it, and I will get a logger. This is the code. Now again I'm coming back to my example, that is this resolution test. In resolution test, now I'm inheriting this generate log method here before open browser, because I have to generate the log, and inside that generate log, okay, it is taking two objects. Now in generate log, first is the log name. So what is the log name over here? Responsive. So I will write responsive here, name responsive. And second thing is dest one, generate log, and it will call this method generate log, log name I will pass from here responsive. So it will pass responsive, and here it will use responsive dot properties to read it, responsive dot properties, and then it will create the log file by the same name responsive dot log. Okay, so let us run it to check it. Before running, we have to do one more thing, that is we have to write some statements. Log dot debug, log is an object which is inherited, and we can write some messages like connected to action, like that. In between you can write important messages like log dot debug. So what important phases, you can write the important information which you want to record in your log. Okay, okay. So whatever you want to write in between, you can write as per your choice. one more thing we should do, that is instead of throws, like where we have written is throws exception, it is better instead of throws if we keep our complete code inside try instead of throws, like all our complete code whatever we have written, if we keep it inside the try, like here end of the while loop, here this is end of try, corresponding catch exception e, like this. So if there is any error, it will go to the catch, and in catch you can also generate the log. If the error is there, you can report it, log dot debug e dot get message will get the error message. So what is the use of log? It will record all the statements you are writing, debug, and it will record the steps you are following, that this is done, this is done, this is done. And if there is an error in any step, it will go to the catch, and in catch also it will record it what is the error coming, where it is coming. If I run it and check it, again I will write responsive test run. Okay, so again the program is executed. Let us refresh the log, and you see over here responsive.log is generated. If I open it, so you see date and time is added, and with date and time all the information which I have added is also added with this particular log. So if you want to just add it with another test, Facebook, here, now if you want to run this Facebook, and again I want to generate the log, the system process you have to follow is same, that is inherit this method, inherit this method, give the name where you want to read. Here the name is Facebook, so I will remove and write Facebook, the name of the file, facebook.properties, Facebook. And here in Facebook the object name is desk2, so I will write desk2. And then you can write whatever you want to write in between. Say here I'm opening, say log dot debug Facebook open, and then you can write log dot debug checking ID and password. Whatever your message you want to do, I just write to, and then again if I run it, save. And when you run the Facebook login.java, it will generate the log. And also you can take the screenshot also in the same program. If you want to take the screenshot, If you see, again if I refresh it, you get Facebook log here. You get the information about the Facebook. So in that way, we can generate the logs and screenshot also. In a Facebook also, you can just write the inherited method and then screenshot will be taken. Now next thing we will be discussing is a report. Next thing we'll be discussing is a report. So now what is a report? Report is nothing but a log only, but in a more presentable way, because this log file is for the internal purpose and report is for the external purpose. Like if I want to share this thing with my manager or want to share this thing with my client, so I want to share with him more presentable data. So for that we are generating, so basically report is not nothing but the same logs only, but in a more presentable way. So how to do it? Again I will go to this mvnrepository.com and here I will write extent reports for Selenium. Okay, what you have to write? This is important to it because if you write only extent reports or space in between, then you will not get the correct result. So you should write in this way: extent reports one word. Extent and reports are one word for Selenium. Then only you will get the correct result here. Extent reports for Selenium. Select this extent reports for Selenium. Select the version, copy the code, and add it to your project. Add it to the project. See, the dependency will again be added. That is the first step. Then again, second step, like we have created the Excel package, logs package, screenshot package, test cases package, XPath package, core package. Similarly, I will again create in SRC test Java, I will create another package, new package, say reports, where I will be keeping my reports here. Then, because again it is a utility, I will go to the page.java and again create one more method to create the report. For that, I have to make a global variable here. I will create a global variable public extent reports report is equals to null. Public okay. The extent reports you have to import from this, and extent test again you have to import from form.relevant codes which we have added in our pm.xml file. Okay, so we have done three things: added the dependency, created the package. Now in page.java we are adding the utility. For that we require two classes. One is extent report class and extent test class, which we have initialized as null. Public void generate report. Okay, and then string report name and throws exception. Then we'll create an object report is equals to new extent reports. Extent reports, report is a new extent reports. And here we have to add where to keep, where to make the report. So again I will write system dot get property user directory to get the location of my project, user.dir, then that plus src test java, okay, src test java, and then package name is reports, src test java reports, and the report name whatever you want to give. The report extension is .html. Like in log, the extension was .log. Here the extension is .html. The reports are generated in HTML format. Okay. Then we will write report dot start test. This one. Okay. So start test will start the test and will return the object of extend test, which we have initialized above test. Okay. So start test will start the test and return the test object. Like we have opened the connection with the Excel and close it. Similarly, when we open the this and start the report, we have to also end the report. So again, I will write public void close report. Close report is compulsory to do. Okay. So now we will write report dot end test. So end test will end the report, and we have to pass this test object over here. Flush after removing, so that all the memory and garbage collection is removed. Flush. This is generate report, close report. Okay. Now we'll come back to our program, say resolution test only, and I will inherit this method generated, and name of the report, any name you can give. So I give responsive only, any name you can give. ठीक है ना, इसमें ऐसा कोई वो नहीं है कि कुछ भी यही देना है. इसके अंदर इट वाज कंपलसरी टू गिव द सेम नेम as the file, as it was reading the file. Here you can give any name. Okay, so I have given the name, say responsive only. Okay, and it will create the file by the name of that name .html. Now again I have to write like log.debug. There is a method, there is a object test dot log, log status dot pass. So from where we are getting this, like we were inheriting page, so with page we were using driver object, we were using driver object, we were using con object. Similarly we are using log object, similarly we are using test object. So this test object is coming from page.java here. log.debug, test.log. So this test is coming from page. Okay, and the method is log status. In log status, you get some information. Log status dot. You can report it as an error. You can report it as an info, pass, skip, or any other thing. Okay, so we'll record it as a pass and the message. Similarly, let's say again over here, I want to start test is a object of extend test dot log is a method, and inside log you have to write log status dot say info, and in info you can write the message. वो एक है ना अपना चेक कर लीजिए अकाउंट में 4,000 का आया क्या हाँ एक मिनट बस 5 मिनट में खत्म ही हो गया ठीक है नाउ similarly you can store it in between anywhere. Say info only. But just keep on writing in between wherever you want. It's important information. You can keep on writing like that, and it will be recorded. कैसे जान रहे हो मतलब कि मेट्रो से कि वैसे if you want to report fail then fail and in the error if there is error then also you can report in a you can report it as a error log status dot error. So log status dot info, log status dot pass, log status dot fail, and message. And now after the test is completed, this is the end of the method. End of test method. It is compulsory to close the report. If you are not closing it, then it will not work. It is compulsory to close it over here. Otherwise, it will not work at the end. Okay. So let's run it again. So same thing you can do in Facebook example also. Just inherited the page and inherit the method, give the name, and then in between write test.log messages, and at the end you have to compulsorily close it. I am running it again. Again I will refresh this reports. After refresh only you will get it. Now you cannot open it in Eclipse. For that you have to go to the location. Again go to the properties, go to the location, and from here you can open it on a browser because it is a HTML. So you can open it on a browser only. Now this is the report generated. Again date and time is there. You see, date and time is specified, and all the details which you have written is specified as a pass fail info like this. And you can also view the pie diagram. So it is more presentable. Same thing, logs was also doing the same thing. It is also doing the same thing, but it is more presentable and mailable. You can also email this particular report. Okay. So let us keep up to here only. So you can do the practice. I will share this example and video with you. So if any problem, then you can connect tomorrow.